up, brother? Let me buy my jacket.
I hear sirens, once more for the reach, my friends. Swarm enemy with the violence, wreaking pulls out to the new tyrants. Time gets along a fault line, legions move in the dark night. Hold on to the road, hold tight to the roll up, ready for the playground ride. Suffering is secret, there's no fate if you're gonna make it. Jump in the cracks in the black pavement stairs, don't live there, you better face it. Mostly in a fight on my lyrics, trying to in a world and I know my limits. Better in the mic, so we get it with a vibe and a bit of insight in it.
Hey, I'm good, thank you. Hey, Ma. How are we? Some trusted cards.
So come now, be a rusty. We can make fantasy real if we know it inside.
Just allowing you to enjoy the tune for a minute. It's a great tune.
When they call us sirens on the winds tonight, come we fly to the far light. Well, understand me, your violent parasite comes to tear down the poets and steal their light. And they call it society, but they lie, cause the God of the farthest. The life that we're born in is not where we're going. We didn't have to wake up and take up their lives.
How are we all? How are we all? It's been a few days. Crazy stuff going on, right? Got this pandemic maybe slowing down a little bit. We've got the full moon energies coming in, which is promoting a lot of us to really start to ask, are you planting your seeds for your future? Because ultimately, guys, now it's time for us to bring in your future self. Now, this is really interesting, and I got this the other day, so we're going to get this bit later on in this video, but we're going to talk about the idea of bringing in a future vision of you, of me, and of the earth. But that's a bit later on. What we're going to do, we're going to finish up down this lower end, and we want to move it up, because to be honest with you, I'm coming to the point of where I've said all I really can say about sexuality, expression, and this kind of stuff. But we'll mention a few things today that I haven't touched upon. We'll get a bit more clarity on that. And then we're going to move out of it. So we're going to move into other things such as, media, governments, and things like this. Again, let me prepare myself because I haven't done it. Where is it, guys? You know the drill. All this is in my book and more. All of it, media, governments, love, life, relationships, all this kind of, all that good stuff, tips, and a lot more. So you can get it on Amazon. You can just type in Amazon, find it there, or you can go on Lulu. And it's the human perspective, the human experience from soul's perspective. My drink today is Tiora. Some New Zealand fruit. It's good. It's good. Thank you. Right. Current energies. Interesting, right? A lot of shifts, a lot of changes. Feels like things are slowing down a little bit. They are, for now. Now we're being asked to take a breath. Right now, everybody collectively, what's going on is this pandemic, as well as the full moon energies, as well as a lot of other things coming through. It's shook us all up to the point of where the universe is like, right, now it's time for us to come back and just to rebalance. So the point is, and quite interestingly, quite strongly today in my cards, I got ground, and that's where we're at now. So it's dying down a little bit, but only for now, because ultimately, guys, from now on, we are moving quicker and faster into 5D, that being a conscious state of unconditional love. Because, and it's lockdown. Look, this is my hat hair. And plus, I like my hat. That's why I'm wearing my hat in lockdown. And I would like to say I might be kind of like selling this hat. It's like higher evolution through awareness and love. I'm not too sure yet. So everything's settling down a little bit, right? Now's the time for us to all take a breath and be like, right. So everybody's saying, oh, let's go, let's all go back to normal. No, let's not, right? When this entire thing does start to, you know, shops open and this, that and the other, what are we going to do? What's everybody going to do? Are we all going to go running in and start buying up all this shit? Are we all going to go back into that job and start working all those hours which we never really enjoyed in the first place? Are we going to go back to that job? You know, what are we going to do? Everybody's been talking of the small talk, right? Hey, Caitlin. Everybody's been talking of the small talk. Yeah, I want to go to the bar and see my friends and this, that and the other. But I'm talking of the bigger shit, man. What are we going to do? Are you gonna go back to that? Are you going to go back to that? Are we all going to go back to that? Are we going to change anything? We've had, what, about a month to really sit back and... let me just turn these comments off. Sorry, guys, but it's a bit distracting to me. How do you turn them off? I don't know. I don't have a clue. But yeah, so basically, we had the month to reassess where we're at, which we did. But in that month, we also needed to start to bring in the future self, the future visions. Start to picture how you want your path to unfold, what you'd like to experience, you know. So that's where we're at right now. And so now's the time to take a breath and just really, you know, ground yourself, center yourself, and just say, you're still here, still okay. Nope, you know, it wasn't the global thing that we thought, you know, all life was going to perish. We're all still breathing and living, so we're all good. But we're still moving through it, right? We're still moving through shit, so let's move through it together. I do want to, this is where we can start this. I find it interesting that there's just a real strong kind of over-dominant of feminine at the moment, and we just need to ensure that that comes down and meets in the middle, because I just want to express this. Whilst the divine feminine is awesome and amazing and it's great and it's fucking beautiful to see all the women coming into their power, and it's beautiful seeing men. I watched a video today with this dude and he was dancing and stuff. I gotta admit, at first, like, my ego's like, what's this? And then I was like, shut up, ego, come back. And I just saw the beauty in it, right? He was really moving into his feminine. But we must understand that the masculine is an important part of the energetical balance. We seem to think, or for some bizarre reason, because of spirituality, and guys, this has happened before. Bear in mind, we repeat patterns. We have done this, and I'm saying this now because from my angels and guides and what's been coming through to me is we need to kind of cut it to bring a new experience, because ultimately we're in a new cosmic space, right? So it's time for new experiences to come within that. We don't want to keep repeating the same shit. So it's about understanding that we are equal. Ladies, gentlemen, extraterrestrials and cosmic beings looking down on us, let us all listen up. We are equal, right? I want to address something which come to me, and I've got to admit, it hit me a little bit, but bear with it. We seem to perceive the angels, ascended masters, Archeorians, Palladians as better than us, right? Be honest with yourself. A lot of people say it. I'm a Palladian starseed, I'm an Archeorian starseed, I'm a Illyrian cosmic seed, sorry. We all say it. But it's about really moving away from those kind of things, because we're all cosmic seeds and star seeds, right? But we've got to bring balance in. You know, we've all come from the higher place. We've all got this wisdom. The Arcturians, the Syrians, the Lyrians, they're looking down on us and learning from us as well. So it's not this idea because we're addressing ourselves as starseeds from Lyria, Syria, you know, that we're anything better than the extraterrestrials or the angels, or they are better than us, because it come through to me, and this hit me a little bit. They're not. They're learning from us as well. We're all learning from each other. They've had cosmic experiences which we're acting out on Earth, that they've got going on, that we're looking to help them understand more deeper. So when I say we're in this together, guys, we are in this together, like us right now on Earth, but all cosmic beings, the angelic realm and dimensions above, we are intertwined. So it's just understanding that, and understanding that feminine is awesome. It is awesome. It is the higher energies. It is the essence of God. You know, it is the purity. It is where it is God, basically. But it's not at the same time, because as we know, God is a divine dichotomy. It's a contradiction, because it is this and that, but it isn't. And that's just, you know, that's just the way that life is on Earth with our level of perception. We just won't be able to fathom that now. We just got to be able to accept that. But we've got to understand that male plays a part in this. Now, I just observe a lot of people kind of like putting down the masculine and this, that and the other, and a lot of women are doing it. And I'm just like, you need to kind of like snap out of it, because you're coming from a traumatized, scarred perspective of that energy, which is more than likely from your past relationships, mother, father. Think about it. You know, it's not necessarily deriving from where you think. So it's always just understanding where you're getting these perceptions from, you know. How do I perceive the divine feminine? Where am I getting that from? Well, to be honest, guys, where I get my masculine and feminine from is the angels and my guides and ascended masters. They come through to me, and I can feel the difference. And I'm just so strongly with the fact that we need to align, not separate. Not like, oh, ladies, we've had so much trauma from all these men. Just let's all the ladies come together, leaving men in a circle looking all confused or whatever, and vice versa. We've done it before, guys. We've done it before. Men have done it, and women have done it. And look at the turnout. Look where we're at. You know, if we want to keep playing this game and we want to keep doing the same thing, we can keep doing it, and we will keep doing it, because the law of free will states it will carry on. But it won't, because again, divine dichotomy, things are changing. I'm just bringing this up because I got the Divine Mother card in front of me, and it's really is understanding that the masculine is love as well. You must understand this. It's not, the masculine is not all about looking to manipulate, dominate, or hurt you. That's come from past experiences. That's come from cosmic karma. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Soul karma. Ask yourself, man. Because we are not perceiving masculine and feminine in its entirety. And I think it's important in order for us to be able to understand, right? Look, I got Uriel. Uriel's like, that's what I drew today. Uriel's like, you go, Lee, you go. And just so you know, guys, there's my feminine coming through. It's now got Lady Nanda, awakening the heart. So make no mistake, I feel and I understand. I understand why women feel the way they do. This is karma, cosmic karma we've been playing out. We have hurt one another for so long. But the thing is, it's not come intentionally from us. We've been manipulated, dominated and controlled, and you've got to realise that this is where we're at now. The game is becoming so clear, the veil's dropping. Now it's no time for pussyfooting around or beating around the bush. It's time to just have it. This is it, and this is where we're at. So it's understanding that your level of perception in regards to how males and females, masculine and feminine, let me give you something here. Male and female in physical is not the same as energy. A lot of people get this confused, and when you're talking about male and female, they maybe it's the fact that because we're so physical beings, and it is a physical world, make no mistake about it, that we do kind of hone in on that point, but we need to understand the energy aspect, right? We know all about the physical. We've seen it all, but none of us are taking time to understand the energy aspect. And I think if people were to stop and actually take time to look into the energy aspects of masculine and feminine, you would all start to understand just how much it's not even divine masculine or divine feminine. It's just simply darkened, blackened. We could say, a witched version. I want to bring that up. Just a little slight thing. I see people saying they're witches. Now, you can label yourself what you like, but in my eyes, you are not a blackened version of the light you are. You are a god and you are a goddess. You are not a witch. So, it's just understanding that, because I come across it. And again, I look at the bigger picture, so I looked at it. What's the witch? It's a magical being in black. Don't want to be seen. It's hiding away. And that's not what we are. We've hid away for too long, and look at the world, right? So, you are not witches. You're goddesses, and you need to fucking embrace it, right? Don't be using witch. You are not a blackened version. You are pure divine spirit, infinite potential. Don't darken yourself or dull yourself to anything like, quite simply. So, let's take this video. I'm asking, just take 5-10 minutes, go onto Google and type in divine feminine and masculine traits. Don't listen to all the crap which men are writing about it and women. Just look at the traits. Don't read what women are writing, what everybody's writing. Look at the masculine and feminine traits, and then sit with yourself and say, where are you coming from? That's where you'll start to feel, and you'll start to see, like, when you're talking, are you coming from your mind? Are you coming from your root? How do you know when somebody's coming from the root? It's all survival talk, man. I need to get some food. I need money. I need this. Does that sound like anybody you know? Well, that's energy coming from the root. That's because majority of humanity are push right down. Talk of the chakra system. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, then go and check them out. You'll understand a bit more about chakras. Or you could just get my book. Here it is. Talk about chakras and ways we can clean it and cleanse it and get them activated, and move through those systems, because there's actually multiple chakra systems and we're only engaged in one at the moment. We're looking to engage in 3, I think, but that's later on down the line. So where we're at, right, expression. So we've understood masculine and feminine is not the same as male and female, right? The top's off now, to be honest. I'm getting a bit hot. I think saw the energy coming through. We're good. Right, so I've got a few things I wanted to note down so we can just basically go through it and move to the good shit, because as much as I enjoy sex and talking about it, and it's great, there's a lot more to be talking about and kind of bring into the awareness, and really helping everybody to, bring clarity to the earth experience. Okay, let's finish up. So over the last videos, I've been mentioning how, and if anybody's seen my post, I'll put a picture out with me just in my boxers, add a fucking knob on, whatever, in my boxers. A lot of good comments and responses. A couple of negative ones, but the point of it was to simply say, this is me. I'm not ashamed of who I am and what I've got, why should we be? And we have been. And we must understand this guilt, shame, and lack of self-love and self-worth that we have for ourselves has caused a lot of issues. And a lot of these issues is the fact that we can't even look at ourselves in a manner which is a loving way, which has caused so much negative self-talk. This negative self-talk that you're saying to yourself is because you've lacked that love, real love. And even if your parents have given it. I mean, love, the world hasn't shown us love, right? In every instance, the world has tried to move it away from our eyes so we don't see it. So we've made our own understanding of it. And we need to understand that we're coming from a very, limited distortion versions of the energy of love. So it's asking yourself where it's the whole point of all this is, the whole point of these talks, the whole point of, what's going on is simply so we can move through it. And that's what we're doing. We're moving through it. Unfortunately, a lot of the repression and suppression and the ways in which the world, and not the world because the universe loves us, but the system, it's used basically, it's the lower end. So your expression, survival needs and sexuality and things like that. And so I put a picture out. One, I was doing my healing genital session, which basically is just, lads, if you don't know what it is, hand on your heart, breathe in. Put your right hand, because your left hand's for, I do think it's receiving, right's for giving, and you just simply place shoulders down and just breathe into it with your intention that you're sending your heart energy into your genital area. And what that does, that releases any guilt or shame, because we know that ladies have called you creeps, pervs, desperate, whatever have you, which, come on, let's be honest with you, gents, let's be real. It has got to a stage of being a bit desperate to be able to express yourself and being able to, to feel that sexual energy and to merge with it, right? But that's okay, because you need to admit this to yourself, because this is how we heal. It's all a part of healing. Healing begins with awareness. If we deny it, if we move away from it, you are never going to heal it. You're just going to keep going round and round and round, and you can, you'll more than likely speak wonderful words, but you'll just get repetitive experiences. So you got to express it, which moves us quite interestingly to a part that we need to express how we feel, man. Like, what happened? Me, I guess, like, some people might find me a bit forward or a bit too much because of the fact that I do express how I feel in all ways, I'll be honest with you, I'm really cheeky, really flirty, I'm really kind of like joyous all the time. So even if even in my comments and statuses and things like that, you'll always find it's always like a playfulness, and there's a meaning behind that. Even within the sexual post, there's a meaning behind it, and it's stop taking everything so fucking seriously, right? So we've taken life seriously for years, eons. And we come into spirituality, the gift which enables us to come back to the innocence and the playfulness. And what do? Back to seriousness, back to you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, you need to be expressing this way, you need to be this way to be shown you're doing soul work. Well, no, to be honest with you, there is no which way that is like better or, higher to be seen doing soul work, because every soul is on their journey, doing what they need to do. So, it's everybody's journey is different. The journey, of a prostitute was chosen because it would benefit her soul. Who the fuck is anybody to judge that soul, because you are not that soul and you don't know what that soul's trying to understand, right? On the flip side of it, you could be a single mother. One of the hardest and most commendable things in the world. I do believe that if you're man enough to do the thing, then, you should really be 50-50. That's just how I feel about it. But I understand a lot of the problems with parenting, the fact that let's not be harsh to parents or anything, and I don't want to get too drawn away, so I just need to pull back so it's express how you feel. Not getting too harsh on parents, but we must remember that our parents have not really been shown love, because it's been the same system with the same principles, with the same shit going on, right? They say if you want to know you want to look to the future, look to the past, and it's kind of like a representation of that. So we can't blame parents or anything for anything that's gone on, because ultimately they may not have had may not have given us what we needed at that point, but they couldn't, you know. How can they give something they haven't been received, right? So, just moving back. Express how we feel. I saw a post today where it's like this person put out a bunch of like when you feel like this about somebody, and it was all these mixture of like emojis or hieroglyphs. And I'm sat down and thinking, well, just fucking say it. Why are we turned into communicational just inverts? Like, don't get me wrong, on social media we're all extroverted, right? We all claim and appear to be this thing, but when it comes to actually communication, the good shit, the real shit, nobody says it, man. Why? What's the worst that could happen, seriously? Dr. Pepper. What's the worst thing? Comes in my head every time. But we've got to ask ourselves this, man. Why have we gone into this culture of where it's cool to chase? Cool to give somebody mixed emotions. Cool to be... It's not being untruthful, but just not being real. We've made it cool. Or what the fuck does cool even mean anyway, right? But listen up, man. If we want to connect, we've got to express. End of. It's like, you know, if you want to say something, say it, man. Like, obviously, if it's hurtful, malicious or anything, keep it to yourself, because at the end of the day, you're just judging yourself, and you're going to have that energy come back to you because it makes you feel shit. I know, because I've done it. And I felt shit immediately, right? So, you know, but to your friends, to your family, to your partner, to that crush, to the person who you're fucking around with, say what you need to say. What's the worst? Lads, say what you need to say to that girl, man. What's the worst that could happen? She probably goes, oh, it's too much. Well, never mind. She wasn't for you. There's somebody better coming along. Ladies, what's the worst that could happen for you? Lad will probably be like, oh, you're a bit too much. So what? What does it matter? Nearly 8.5 billion. We're coming up to 9 billion, actually. Is that true? 9 billion. Just got that come through. We're coming up to 9 billion people on this planet. And we don't speak because of one person that we fear to express something to. And as we fear to express that thing to one person, it becomes many. You see how the ball kind of folds, right? So how do you break the chain? You step out your comfort zone and you do it. You do it. Sorry guys, I'm just reading that. I get you, brother. It's because the system, no offence to the ladies, but the ladies have been manipulated by the system to put it all on men as well, because what the system does, now we must understand this, it's called command and conquer, or divide and conquer, and that's what they do, separate us, and then bring out some bullshit scheme or some bullshit like revolution, that all it does is amplify one whilst diminishing the other. That's all it's ever done. That's why, my brother, but this is changing, and this is why we're saying what we're saying and doing what we're doing, right? Say what you gotta say. Say it. Like, let's move away from this bullshit chase, man, because, like, I don't know about you, I've been in that game, and I play for it a couple of times, and then I'm gone. I'm just like, nah. And then they want to keep playing it. You see what I'm saying? And it becomes this boring thing of just like, let's see who can, like, I don't know. I don't even know what the game is. I don't really fucking play it, but can you understand? It's weird, isn't it? Like, let's ask ourselves, what is this game that we play? We don't say what we say to somebody. We'll like pictures, we'll have comments, we'll give little flirty banters. But when it comes down to it, nobody will say what they want to say. Got to express how you feel. This may be a little thing, right? This may be little things, but ultimately these are bigger things because you're not expressing how you feel. And that's it. We've made it cool to not express how I feel, man. Like, yeah, I'm going to sit here and act all like all cool and that and just chill out and wait for them to like chase me. And lo and behold, everybody gets bored. I don't know about you, but I do. I'm like, you got to get me interested, like, mentally and kind of, like, sexually. Or I just diminish, man. Like, you know, because that's what I'm about. You either get me in the mind or sexuality, because them two energies are just as powerful, and I fucking love them. And if you don't get them, well then, you know, it goes, man. And the thing is, a lot of people struggle with these kind of talks. I mean, this gets called deep talk, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Everybody's like, this is deep. No. It's actually only shallow talk. And we're going to go deeper. So we've got to, like, understand that this is actually, you know, what we should be talking about, rather than the bullshit that we talk about. You know? The stuff that we say to divert away from what we want to say. Well, I don't know about you, but I kind of say it. I mean, it has got me in trouble in the past. I won't lie. I've not been a fucking saint. I've pissed people off. I've done things which have been a bit, you know. Don't have no regrets, because I've learned from them. I've been like, okay, Lee, we won't do that again. Maybe I have done it again, but I learned. We learn this is what it's about. But we need to say what we got to say, you know. And this is not just in regards to kind of sexuality, but in how we feel, man. We have this thing of like, you know, do you want to go out when you're with a partner? Should we go out somewhere? Yeah, where do you want to go? I don't know. You decide. Just fucking say it. Do you know a place? Put it down. Let's go. That's how it is. You've got to say how you feel, or else everybody's going to be left in the dark and wanting to be having these little self-gratification messages every day. Do you know what I mean? Say how you feel. When you say how you feel, it expresses how you feel. And that becomes powerful, because when you express how you feel, that's when energy starts to move, right? When you ain't expressing how you feel, this is what's happening. That's it. And we're in a world where the world is energy. Nikola Tesla knew this. Everybody knows this now. This is what we're talking about. It used to be sacred knowledge. You'd get killed talking about this stuff, and here we are. Express how you feel. Because gentlemen, as you allow yourself to express how you feel, and it doesn't matter if the woman thinks you're a pussy or whatever, if you let people judge, because in that expression, I will guarantee you will find your own strength, and that's worth more than anything that anybody can throw at you, right? And that's the same for ladies too. Express how you feel. You know, that lad that is fucking around, that you really want to get with, and maybe he's like fucking around with a few other women, but saying, like, not being honest about it. I'm not saying you can't fuck around, because men do it and women do it. I know people which have got 3 men they're fucking around with. I know men who have got women they're fucking around with. There's nothing wrong with that. We do what we want to do. Who's anybody to judge? But you've got to be honest about it. You can't lie about this shit, man, because that's where the hurt comes in. That's where we start to block ourselves up, and that's where we move away from this expression. That's where ladies start to fear the masculine, because, you know, you're starting to bullshit again. And make no mistake, gents, they know it. Women are divine creatures. We are divine creatures, but they are in their feminine. This is expression. This is intuition. This is healing. This is nurturing. You think you're going to fool her. It's not going to work. That's your ego telling you that. So just be honest about it. Be honest about it, how you feel, what you want to do, you know, where you want to go, what you want to experience, what you wish to create. Be honest about it. Why pussyfoot around anymore, you know? It doesn't work. Everybody's left sat back feeling unloved, unexpressed, repressed, don't know how to feel, don't know what to do. Labeling anxiety, depression, you know, whatever we can bring. And have you noticed, as time's gone on, we've done the energy of anxiety and the energy of depression has increased. There's a reason for it, man. There's a reason for it. It's because the world is saying, collectively, express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. Are you with me? Are you with me? NWA. Get getting on. Oh, there we go.
Chance to show them what time it is.
So
what you want me to do? I'm expressing with my full capabilities, and now I'm living in correctional facilities. Cause some don't agree with how I do this. I get straight and meditate like a Buddhist. I'm dropping flavor, my behavior is hereditary.
I had to put that in there. That was just the perfect moment for it. But express yourself, man. Gents, expression is a feminine trait. The more you do it, a feminine energy trait, sorry. The more you do it, the more you're moving into it. The more you express yourself, the more you'll move into your feminine sexually. This is how you get there. So, start to express yourself. This will allow your heart to move the energy up. Your heart will open. And then when you do go to have sex, or you have a fuck or whatever, she will feel it. Rather than making it feel like, you know, and you feeling like, this, what is this? Because how many times have we had that experience, right? I know that is a banging tune, isn't it? Oh, God.
Now, get back.
Right, now, getting back to it. So, we've got to be real. You got to express how you feel. And as long as it's not malicious, vicious, right? You must, what is it Mummy always used to say, or Mum said? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And that is fucking true. So take that on board, man, because, you know, you're only putting that energy to yourself, and nobody wants that. So express. Let us express and say how we feel. If that person runs when you do it, so be it. They can't handle you, right? You'll find somebody, when you do express, they'll be like, oh man, I've been waiting for somebody to express themselves, and then they'll be expressing to you, and you'll see that fire, right? And then that person who bombed off or ghosted won't matter, right? So express it. Moving onwards. Why do we have a problem with expressing when we're horny? Anybody? Does people believe that because we express this, we're suddenly, you know, going to start to go around and attempt to have sex with no consent or something? What is this? Right? I've noticed, and I've been playing around with this, by the way, guys. Whenever you put the word horniness in a sentence, the triggers and the way in which people suddenly come out is really fucking interesting. It's like the moment they saw that, it's just like, oh, alternative motive. And isn't that interesting? And this is, and I've mentioned about this in my other videos, just because you're expressing yourself sexually, it doesn't mean there's ulterior motive. If a dude is putting out a fucking sexual post, maybe he is feeling sexual. What the fuck does it matter to you? I mean, if you resonate with it, cool. And go in, jump in, be like, yay. But if you don't, then ignore it. You know? And the same with a female. If she's putting out something with a just bikini on, saying, do you know what, I'm feeling sexy, I'm feeling a bit sassy today, I might play myself later, you know? So what? Why do we suddenly come from this darkened version? Like, it's like, oh no, this person's saying this, she's gonna try and pussy trap me. I said, why, you know, the reason for these questions and the reason why we're asking these things is because we're moving up and out, right? But to move up and out, we've got to touch on the basics, man. And I see all the time, like, you know, it's more acceptable for women to express their horniness, I've noticed. I actually saw a post today, and there were so many women putting, oh, I'd bang you, you're awesome, you're fucking beautiful. And you could just see, like, the men in there trying to say something, but, like, trying to be really subtle about it. And it's just like, dude, come on. Just say what you gotta say, man. If you think she's fucking hot and you'd be like, I'd bang you as well, then say it. If it's good for one, it's good for another, right? That's what I say. If males can say it, and females can say it. We are male and female energetically. We are expression, we are passion, we are joy, we are intertwined and merging through both. So we are, in our right, divine right, allowed to express that when we see it. Why is it when the word horny comes up, it's all of a sudden like, shh, lads will probably go horn dog, women will probably go, oh, sex pest, right? Why is it when you do that? I played around with it recently, and I got to admit, I had quite an interesting response. It was quite positive, but I have done it in the past, and it's been very negative, and it's almost like, People think that when you're putting it out, you're suddenly gonna, I don't know, try and locate them, track them down, and be like, I'm gonna fucking shag you or something. It's like, no, we're not. We're just expressing. What's the problem? Move away from it, right? And I'm being raw and honest about it because, quite simply, this is how I am. Obviously, when I'm up on stage, I won't be quite as raw, so you get the proper raw version. But just say it, man. Fuck, man, I wake up horny sometimes. So what? And I'll put a post up saying I'm horny. What the fuck does it matter? If you jump on it and you say you are too, great. If we play around, cool. It is what it is. If you feel horny and you breathe into it, you know, sometimes I don't post a post up. Sometimes I do a meditation, breathe into it, rise it up. Doesn't matter. The point of it is, I'm not talking about me. The point of it is just the taboo of everything, man. The fucking seriousness of it all. We've just like, it's like, oh, we can't do this and we can't do that because if we do this, these are going to say that, and we can't say that and we can't do this because if we do that, we're going to get this. It's almost like you don't even know what the fuck to say in the world anymore, right? Maybe that's why people just stare at each other in the streets, right? They don't even say, all right, they just look at each other like, what's acceptable for me to say to this person? And this is the point. Let me bring myself down, because I'm getting up in the sky a little bit now. This is the point. We're all here together. We've got to equally allow this expression. You know what? I've put a post up and said I'm horny. I've had a dozen women jump in my inbox. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, I like attention, you know. Who doesn't? But the thing is, if I'm not in the mood or, you know, I'm not really wanting to play around, then I kind of give that energy. I'm not nasty about it. But if I don't intertwine or if I see somebody who puts it out there and I don't resonate with it, then I don't bother with it, you know. Guys, you don't have to get your fucking word in. And, you know, if it doesn't resonate with you, just say it doesn't resonate with me and move out. Quite simple, isn't it, really? That's what I do. I had my boss kind of ask me if I was all right because he would just talk about aggression and violence and political, but in a negative sense. And I would just pull myself out and say nothing. And then he would ask me if I'm feeling all right. I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm just moving out of it, right? Because I don't resonate with it. I didn't say a word. I said I just don't resonate with it. And that's all we need to do. The invite, I've spoke about this. The invite, again, because we don't know how to express ourselves, we send a mixture versions of invites. Invites can be a dick pic, it can be a tit pic, it can be a pussy pic, it can be an ass pic, right? It can be a flirty message. Now, just to reiterate, I've been through this before and I just say it again, this is not anybody getting in your space. I've heard this so many times, so people have infringed in my space. No, they haven't. When you've been sent a picture or a message of a sexual flirtation energy, you've been sent an invite. You made the choice if you open the door. And I do want to say, if you open the door, then you've opened the door, man. Don't judge what comes through after you've opened that door, because I've had experiences of that. I've spoken to other people who've had experiences of that, you know, both men and women. So if you open the door, then, you know, you've opened that door, man. You know, if you've got playful and you're going to get it back. So be fucking real. If you're just looking for a bit of attention, and you're not gonna, you know, kind of flow with the energy of the person, just say it. This again comes to expression. There's just so many games that humans play, and I've always sat there and kind of been a bit all confused by it all. I've tried to play it and kind of fucked up here and there and been like, okay, that didn't work. And I got to this point where I'm at now, where I don't play it anymore, man. It's like, fuck the game. There ain't one. You know, and this is where we need to get to. Tammy, I like your expression, love. To be honest, Tammy, I think everybody's a freak when it comes to sex. They fucking love it, man. I haven't had fun with anybody who's ever turned around and been like, I'm not really, you know, I don't like doing this. They've all fucking loved it, right? Whether man or women. And this is the point. This is the point, guys. It's okay for it to be used in a playful, non-marital manner. It's fine. Whatever suits us is fine. If you're constantly coming from a lust area where there is no emotion, well, eventually you will come out of that, because you'll have your own experiences and you'll have your own illnesses and problems which will trigger that. Nobody's got a right to judge you if you're not there yet. And similarly, if you don't want to express yourself. Now, I had this come up. Someone said, well, what if you don't want to express yourself? Well, you don't have to. Nobody should ever make you feel like you need to say something, or you need to reciprocate when the invite has been sent. You haven't opened the door, and the person is acting like the door has been opened. No, you don't. Again, what do? Just like we did in the things which don't resonate, you don't have to be malicious, harsh, nasty, or abusive. Because when you're coming from this, particularly ladies, men, you don't do it because, you know, we're too repressed at the moment. But ladies, you don't have to be harsh about it. Because what you're coming from is actually scarred understanding of the masculine. When you come from an understanding of the beauty of the masculine, you will no longer be triggered. These things won't bother you. Just be like, oh, thanks. End of. End of. I'm divine masculine and feminine. Comes to me. Sometimes I'm just like, no thanks. End of. Why does it have to be anymore? So horniness. If you feel horny, fucking say it. If you want to put it on Facebook, go for it. If people want to join in that energy, then who is anybody to judge them? Join in, enjoy it, play with it. But don't use it for a dominating, controlling, manipulation, and just a game. It's got to be pure and innocent playfulness. When you get playful, it's not about who's trying to win. It's not about who's doing this. It's about just being there, enjoying it. Fucking just enjoy it. Jesus, when do we all get like... Master Jesus, come in, sit with these people. And me. But you see what I'm saying, right? You've got to open hearts. But you know, this is the thing. And a lot of women put out all these posts about the divine feminine, where in actual fact, you can see they're coming from a masculine. So, ladies, just ask yourself, are you coming from a feminine? Gents, masculine's not as bad as it's made out to be. It's just misunderstood. That's all. Just take 5-10 minutes, guys, looking out the divine masculine and feminine energy traits. Don't read anything anybody says. Don't let them. Just take in your own version and let your inner wisdom, intuition come through. My book, I just want to bring this up. It does this. I've purposely made this on my book. Prompts you to go into yourself and to ask yourself the questions. I don't give you all the answers. I give you a perspective, and then it's up to you if you want to grow on that perspective or not, right? So express how you feel. If you're feeling horny, fine, great, right? Again, guys, my Facebook, it's me, man. It's raw. It's going to be just how I feel, what I feel is coming through, you know? So if you can't handle any of the shit that I put out, then, you know, you're best off kind of just removing yourself. I don't get offended by any of it. I really, really don't. It's fine. You know, if anybody feels I'm a bit too intense or whatever have you, that's fine. But again, you know, it's all about, you don't have to feel you have to say anything. You don't have to feel like you need to reciprocate. You don't have to feel like you're doing anything, you know. If ever you just don't resonate with myself or anybody else in the world, you just say, no, thank you. I'm going to pull myself out. And when you do that, that's actually empowering for yourself. When you start getting high rate and you start ranting and this and the other, you're giving all your energy out, man. Because how do you know it? How do you feel after you've done it? How do you feel? Tired, right? Really, really tired. And that's because it takes a lot of energy to be negative. And not as much to be positive, believe it or not, when you get there. So if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. So let ourselves be heard, let ourselves be expressed. Ladies, express yourself. Men, express yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Express yourself, man. What are we waiting for?
I'm expressing with my full capabilities, and now I'm living in correctional facilities. Cause some don't agree with how I do this. I get straight and meditate like a Buddhist. I'm dropping flavor, my behavior is hereditary, but my technique is very necessary. Blame it on Ice Cube, because he said it gets funky when you got a subject and a predicate. Add it on a dope beat, and it'll make you think. Some suckers just tick.
Classic. Express yourself, right? Express yourself. For heaven's sake, literally. Right. So, horniness. Let's move away. Where do we go from there? Where do we go from there? Cock shame. Gents. Whilst there is so many memes and pictures and stuff of women's yawnies being divine and delicious and this, that and the other, before I state this, I'm not into men, so the reason why I don't state penis is delicious is because, well, I see mine as delicious, but I really don't really get attracted by that. But not taking away anything away from the fact that your dick is still divine and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is beautiful and it's a part of your creation. Nobody has the right to judge you. Nobody has the right to belittle you. Nobody has the right to say shit about you, right? End of. The dick has been a part of an instrument of creation. Ladies, take this on board, because it's always a lot of the... it's always coming from a feminine. You know, men are really... We've turned into a shadow of ourselves. Men don't really say much as far as I've seen. But yeah, the dick, the penis, it's divine. It's a divine creation, just the same as the pussy and the yoni, man. It is no different. So let us again move away from this separation, because I see it all the time. It's like, oh, all these pictures of the pussy saying it's so divine, it's feminine and this, that and the other. Well, if it wasn't for men, you wouldn't have the baby you give birth to, right? We just need to understand the concept and where we all intertwine together and remove all the separation, because ultimately that's what we've done, right? Your cock is perfect. Whatever size it is, whatever shape it is, it's perfect. You chose it. You chose it, man. Enjoy it. Play with it. Love it. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Well, we all know, gents, let's be honest, we all know the yawning ladies. We all know as well, because ladies are a bit more open with their self-love expression. Although it is beautiful to see more... I don't want to really say gay. It's just beautiful to see, you know, men coming together in their bisexual relationships. See, you don't even know what to say. This is about expression, man. You see what I'm saying? Even I'm showing you firsthand, what do you say? It's just beautiful to see two men getting together, right? You know, after the world that we've created, and because it's more prominently easier for two women to get together. So it's beautiful to be able to see that coming through. I don't agree with the gender. That's in my book. I'll leave that for another time, because there is an agenda trying to manipulate gender roles and gender, the physical body, to manipulate the youth and to cause mass confusion. And it's not positive, you know. This transgender movement, part of it was, but make no mistake about it, guys, it wasn't a positive intention. And now that's nothing against transgenders, gays, or anything. I love you all. You are all my brothers and my sisters. I am you and you are me. But this is just the fact. It's just the way it is, right? If the media's promoting something heavily and then make it look like it's a good thing, you got to ask yourself why. Because any other time it's telling you don't look good, you need to buy this thing. It's telling you need to go to do this thing because you're bored. It's telling you need to eat this thing because you're unhealthy. Why is it in this moment, all of a sudden, it's suddenly turned into your friend? Ask yourself that. I just put that out there. Ask yourself that. So, it's beautiful. Your penis is fine. love it, enjoy it. I love mine, it's great. It feels great. It's just as equal and divine as a pussy. So, remove the cock shame. Ladies, it's more you. You know, you want your men to be able to heal themselves, express themselves, and you've got to meet them halfway, man. You know, we can't play this game of, oh, I'm a divine feminine now, so you come up to me. You know, we're coming at the middle ground here, and this is what I'm seeing. I'm the divine feminine. I'm a man. No, yeah, you come up to me, and this is not how we're going to play this game, because, you know, it doesn't work. What's happening is the ego of the feminine is actually, believe it or not, is actually, that's where you're coming from. When you're at this space and you say to yourself, and you say, do you know what? You don't need to climb to me. I'll come and meet you. That is unity of energy expression. Ladies, you don't need to come and climb to meet me. I'll come down. Gents, you don't need to climb up to meet me. I'll come down, right? We meet together because we're in this together. We've got to understand this stuff. We've got to understand it. If we don't understand it, we'll never get through it, and we'll just ignore it and just put blame and shame and guilt on everybody else and just say it wasn't me. When it was, right? We've got to take responsibility. So, the cock, the pussy, genitals, the body, it's amazing, it's beautiful. Enjoy it, love it, it's gorgeous. Express it. Obviously, I've said it enough times, gents, don't be like, you send the invite, if the invite's not replicated, fine, or reciprocated, fine, don't keep bombarding, that's just not cool. Ladies, if you open the door, you've opened the door, you know, have the balls to kind of go along with it. Don't be playing games all the time, because men have been playing games, been playing the same game, you know, to kind of try and keep on an even keel, and this is where we've all been knocked off the fucking board, right? So, in actual fact, as I said, let's just remove the game and be real. Be real, man. What was it my hat says? It says hello. You know? Be real to heal. And that's what it is. You got to be real to heal. You really have. You got to say how you feel, and you got to, because, you know, when you have a child, you want to be able to show your child how to express itself, you know? When it's not happy with something, you don't have to hit it. We as men have been told the only expression that we can rightfully express is anger, obviously, because it's come from the wartime energy. Guys, if you haven't watched my other live videos and you're wondering what all that's about, and on YouTube, it all comes from wartime masculine, dark masculine. I've spoken about it. I'm not going to go around it again. But it's, you know, a darkened version, basically. You just got to, you know, the more we learn to express how we feel, we can pass that on, you know. It's not about us, it's about the next generations, right? After us. That's what it's about. That's what we're doing, that's why we're setting the boards while I'm here now. We're not going to see the world turn to a heavenly bliss, you know. Well, actually, I will stop and I will say, sorry, universe, I am a believer, man. Maybe we will, but steady steps, progression and patience, right? It's got to start from the bottom down. We've got to start from the bottom down. There's no point coming from the top down. Bottom down. Children, generation, break the cycle. So, you're moving through that shame, guilt of the sexual organs, and then you move into the heart. And I do just want to say this. I see it all the time, and I do agree, I really do agree, guys. Like, I do genital healing, I do, you know, when I have sexual energy, I go into meditation. I don't always jerk off, or I don't always post about it, or I don't always get playful with somebody. But it's all right to, you know, to enjoy it in a playful manner. I see all the time, we need to raise it, we need to start to use it for this. And don't get me wrong, yes we do. But we can't start to use it for this if we haven't used it on the basic level. Right? You're not going to drive a coach until you've driven a car, are you? Makes no sense. So whilst I understand and I get what everybody's saying in regards, you know, and this is more because women are wounded. Ladies, this is where you're coming from. You're coming from wounded experience within sexuality. Cosmic karma, soul karma, maybe past life. Ask yourself this. It's more women, because men, you don't really kind of, I don't really perceive this issue, but you just got to ask yourself, where's it coming from, right? Where is it coming from? Right, let me just gather my thoughts.
Like this one. You know what? I won't hesitate to diss one or two before I'm through, so don't try to sing this. Some drop science, well, I'm dropping English, even if yella makes it a cappella. I still express, yo, I don't smoke weed or sex, cause it's known to give a brother brain damage, and brain damage on the mic don't manage nothing but making a sucker in you equal. Don't be another sequel. Express yourself.
Express yourself, pretty much. So, you know, whilst it's great to raise the energy, you know, let's understand it on a basic level. And how do we understand it? How do we understand sexual energy? On a basic level, remove all judgment, remove all guilt, shame. This requires healing, guys, right? You've got to do the work, you've got to do the cord cutting, you've got to do the genital healing, you've got to send love to your past partners. You've got to cut the cord from all your sexual partners you've had, because they may have been a negative person. And when you have sex, you exchange energies. This is why I'm very conscious about who I merge with, because my energy is so high. I don't want it to be tampered, so I only go with really when I'm feeling there's a high energy from somebody, because I feel like, okay, not only that as well. Protection. A lot of the problems we've faced in regards to understand sexuality and the expression of sex, and in regards to our expression of it, is we haven't been energetically protecting ourselves. We've been physically, gents, ladies, femidoms, very strange things, condoms, good creations, of course. I'll check that out. What shall I wish for? Okay. Energy protection. So basically, what you can do, now I do this all the time before I interact with anybody, before I get physical with anybody, is I call upon my angels. I say, angels, thank you for your protection. Thank you for ensuring that who I merge with is of a higher vibration. And I'm not going to attract any negative energies or any, you know, stale dust in their aura or whatever have you, right? So whilst we know about physical protection, we've not been really told about energetical protection, and it's really essential, because when you start to use angel protection, which I've used and I use daily, and I've given to a lot of people, and I'm pretty certain I've had a few people message back like, but your life changes. It's just, you can't even explain it. Just try it. Call in the angels, like literally say, thank you, Archangel Michael, for your protection. Thank you for protecting my family, me, my family, my friends, my home and my car. I ask that you keep me in alignment with my highest self for the good of everybody involved, and just see how it goes. Now, you can also do the same with sexuality when you're going into sexual adventures. If you're going clubbing, ladies, gents, do your protection. Thank you, angels, guides, for standing with me tonight. You know, if anything was to happen, can you ensure it is a high vibration of playfulness, of innocence, you know, of passion, and not of a negative kind of energy of people hurting, rebound relationships. And you see what I'm saying? So you got to state, and where are we at again? Expression. Express yourself. That's what we're talking about, right? This is the, thank you, angels. This is the topic of today's expression on all levels, on the physical, but expression on the energetical. Express it. Protect yourself, man. Before you go into those experiences, thank you, angels and guides, for protecting me. Thank you for protecting my pussy, yoni, penis, cock, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed are we, and away we go. It is really that simple, but you've got to state it, because of the law of free will states. If you don't say it, then it doesn't get done. Quite simple. And as we're coming through this expression, the heart's going to open, right? We're going to come through there. Let's see, just out of curiosity, my dear ones. I'll give you some tunes to play while I look this up. Give me a second.
The subject because they like to follow the words, the style, the trend, the records I spin again and again and again. Yeah, you're on the other end. Watch a brother blend, dope rhyme with no help. There's no vesting against it while I'm expressing myself. It's crazy to see people be what society wants them to be, but not me.
What a good one to end. Yeah, not me. Fuck that. Right. So what we're doing is we're going to be moving through, and the full moon. I don't know if you know this, guys, but it's all about relationships. Hey! That's where we're at. The full moon is triggering. A lot of people will be feeling a lot of stuff around. Oh, I think I'm channeling here. Okay. A lot of people are going to be feeling a lot of stuff around relationships, past relationships, karmic energy, soul karma. Old people are going to turn up, people that you probably don't even resonate with anymore. It's all about relationship, how you perceive yourself and how you perceive them. How you perceive yourself will be a reflection of how you perceive them. So expect that over the next few weeks. Good energies, plant your seeds, put your creations out there. The energy is really, really high and intense right now. It's only going to get higher. The universe wants us to have what we've always desired, wants us to be the love that we are, wants us to feel the love that we are. So now's the time. Plant those seeds. You know, it comes around every year, but plan them, because the energy is so powerful. With your watered intention, word and action, you will cause them to grow, right? So you are going to start to feel, you know, and I guess this is why it's come through, you know, guys. I think what's happening is, look at the light shining on that. We're going through a collective heart awakening live on this video right now. This is what's happening. We're moving up and up and up, so we can start to feel it. And this is how we get to moving sexual energy up, because you can't move it up somewhere if you don't know what the feeling is, right? So whilst I think it's amazing that women are doing all this great stuff in regards to that, we still need to go from the bottom up. Heart awakening. Relationships. Over the past few weeks, it could be the last month now, this has been a real strong topic. I'm single, so it was strange for me because I got a little get bored with relationships, because I've heard all the every time I get asked about them, and any time I've heard a story, it's always kind of really similar, and that just shows you how much collectively we play out the same shit, man. It's no wonder we all get to a point where we get fed up and think like we're never going to find love, right? If you don't do this, by the way, I recommend it. Always write your affirmations on your water. It's like the universe doesn't want you to see mine, but you get the gist. Oh yeah, I'm absorbing that. I am a master of spiritual law. I am harmony. I am wisdom. I am balance. And I am power. Oh, feel that? Yeah. Little thing for you. Loads of people know this. It's not new news, but water gets affected by the way you speak to it. Science has proven it. Loads of experiments out there. Science has also proven when you write positive stuff on a bottle of water and you leave it, that positive energy from the words you've spoken merges with the water, and when you absorb it, merges with your cells. What happens? It causes the universe and yourself to align quicker and to manifest and create that which you're looking to create. So, water has memory. It does. Known fact, but we don't really use it to its potential. But also, bear this in mind, if science has proven that when you say stuff to water, simple water, and when you write stuff on that, it affects it positively. Like, it affects it. What do you think it does when we say stuff to ourselves? When we write stuff about ourselves? We are 70% water, and we should actually be 80%, but due to the system and the way it's all been played out, we've actually dropped that percentage, which is moving back up. I think we'll probably move back into an 85% as we're moving through it, as we change our biological structure and DNA in the next few eons as we progress. But yeah, we're 70% water. If simple words on a bottle has a dramatic effect, then how do you think it is when you're constantly being harsh on yourself, judging yourself, you know? How do you think it is, guys? Now, I'm going to say this because you are the problem. I am the problem. Every single one of you are, and anyone who's watching this right now, you are the problem, but you are the solution. Because we have judged, labelled, discriminated, hated, you know, because the TV's told us to. Because a magazine has told us to. We have been the problem. Take responsibility. I have. I do. I send love to everybody in the world. I've done it for years now, but if you're new to this, take responsibility. We've all been a part of it. Which brings us to a very interesting point. Oh, I've got to stretch my legs. Let me just stretch my legs, guys. Oh, there we go. Get that flow going, man. Right. Which brings us to an interesting... I like that, tell lie vision. Yeah, pretty much. That's not to say, right, now I do want to say this. Not all TV, media, radio, music is negative at all. I'm just bringing awareness to the mainstream collective sounds and images. They are negative. You can fight against it, whatever. I'm going to pull out and say I don't resonate. But it's just fact. You know, you got to listen to the words. It's always about sexual domination, manipulation, control, relationships. It's always talking about distorted relationship values, about how you want to fuck each other but just be friends. It's all confusing, right? It's giving all confusing messages because people can't express how they feel because they're too scared that they're not going to get the pussy, or she's scared that she's not going to get this man that every woman wants, right? That's why the media does it. You've got to be aware of this, man. You know, why do you think it's all about sex and relationships? Every fucking tune is about sex, relationships, drugs. And what's the latest one? Mental health and suicide. And what's happened as this has been progressing, as we listen to all these songs and these films and videos, mental health and suicides have gone up. No surprise. Use your heads, man. You're seventh dimensional beings. Every single one of you. Everybody on earth, even the people that are not even watching this, you are seventh dimensional souls. You have the wisdom that I have right now in you. Tune into it, man. You're more than you've been led on to believe. Expression. Healing. We must take into account and consideration when we're talking about male and female, and when we're talking about divine feminine and masculine, and when we're talking of repression and expression of both. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls and everybody, let's not forget we play millions of lifetimes, and in those lifetimes you play man and woman. So you are not just solidly playing a role of a female and solving just your female karma. You are bringing in your male as well. This is another reason why that expression where you're coming from is, you know, it's not necessarily your feminine. It could be a past life masculine wound that you're wanting to heal. This is the thing. This is where I'm at. Move away from the physical. A lot of people find it difficult to digest what I say because they think it's either being harsh to women or being harsh to men, and it's not. It's just bringing in the energy aspects. I'm pretty certain I played a woman in my past life because I'm quite strongly in my feminine, but a real strong masculine. So it's a nice balance. But I'm a Libra. But you know, if you've played, you know, this is why they've used this is how they've used the gender agenda, is because souls will sometimes feel like they're in the wrong body because of past lives and past life DNA, as Joanne just said. We play millions of lifetimes and we bring parts of ourselves into it, and we need to, as men and women, to merge. You can't play a male role physically and want to understand how how feminine works. It doesn't work, right? You got to understand we're all coming from, and we have all played male and female. That's really important. Just take that in for a second. Just take it in. You are, ladies, you're not just a divine feminine in this lifetime. You may be. But maybe you was a masculine in the previous life. Maybe that's why you feel so, like you really want to get away from masculine, because that's how divine feminine, like really emphasis feminists feel. They want to get away from the masculine, and it's because they're running away from something. I don't want to get away from anything, me. I love them both. I love my masculinity and I love my femininity. It's wonderful. But we play both parts. This is how we move through it. This is how we move through it, man. And this is how we collectively move through it. So, awareness, understanding, perspective. This is what it's all about. Again, guys, it's in the Seer book. People say, where can I find it? You can find it on Amazon. Just search in a message from Higher Soul, and you will see it come up. You can type it into Google, because I've enabled it on Google. You will see it come up. You can get it as an ebook, and you can get it as paperback. It talks about all these things, how we can move forward and how we can start to really change our perspective, how we can heal one another in this change in the perspective and change it collectively. Because as we express, we start to become true to ourselves. And when we become true to ourselves, then shit gets real. Then shit gets interesting, right? Because that's where you start to see the essence of people's soul coming through, and that's the fucking beauty, man. That's what I love about the divine feminine when I see that woman is not just like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to shy away. I like what I like. And if you're a woman in the physique that I like, then, I'll say it, man. And when I see you looking the way you do with that added soul oomph, like, shit, me, I'll be getting the horn and straight away be like, check this person out. Doesn't mean I'm going to react. You can feel without reacting. I'm just simply saying. Expression. Be real with yourself. You can feel. Doesn't have to go anywhere. Doesn't have to say anything. It's fine to feel. So be real. Be real to heal. Be real to get to a higher elevation through awareness and love. Right? As we move through and the heart opens, probably get a bit painful here because a lot of lack of love from yourself. You've been so hard on yourself. People have been so hard on you. You've forgotten who you truly were, and all these things are coming up, and all these relationship things are coming up, and all this fire's burning. So what do? You breathe into it. You got to breathe into it, guys. Breathe into it. Oh, I feel the tingle, man. You got to breathe into it. Breathe into it. Open it up. And that's how we move. And that's how you move forward. Simple intention. You don't need to be seeing. You don't need to be seen to be doing anything. You don't need to be perceived in this light to be spiritual. You can raise your energy by simply saying, I'm worth more than I've been led on to believe, and I'm ready to reclaim my power, to merge with who I truly am, and to create my fucking reality, to create that dream job, to create the dream home, to create that experience, to create the partner, to create the car. It's what we're here for. Whilst, yes, it's great, we understand the non-physical world, but the point of understanding the non-physical world is to understand the physical world, so then we can start to understand how we've created what we've created in the physical world. I don't know where that light's shining from, man, because the sun ain't even out. Must be mad. It's just not out at all. Anyways, so that's where we're going. That's where we're going. So, the heart opening. Anything that's worth it takes a bit of effort. If you're wanting shit to change for yourself, you're wanting stuff to, evolve. You want to create something new for yourself. But then you've got to do it for you. I mean, this is why. I guess we'll flow into this subject then. This is why. This is more ladies actually. From the men I know and speak of, we never speak of this, but it's more of a ladies thing, where they feel they need to fix. And I think that's the feminine nurturing and maybe a scarred masculine from previous lives. But they feel a need to fix, right? You're not going to fix. You're not going to fix. If you're looking to get with somebody, ladies, this is to you. If you're looking to get with that lad who is unemotional, has been, and you think that because, I don't know, society deems you to be something more than any of his previous women, and you think you're going to master this person, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it until that person themselves is ready to be healed, to be fixed. If even they see a problem, then you will just fail. You will waste your time, and you'll know this. You're probably sitting there saying, yeah, I know this. And you will. You will. As a empath and as a healer, natural healer throughout my life, I've always been a healer, and I've had it happen to me. It's like I've tried to help somebody and it's been like, do you know what? I'm done. Because that's empowerment. You are giving away your energy every time you think you're going to get that man who, one, is probably not even looking for anything serious, but you're playing the chase game, right? And because you see all the females wanting him, makes you want him, right? We know the game. It doesn't... I kind of lost my train of thought then. Oh, it's gone. Can somebody remind me? Oh, thank you, Joanne. It happens. That's why I love my tribe. You see, it's not really me talking. We're all talking together, fixing others. Thank you very much. It's because so much is coming through, and it's so you're just looking to fix somebody until that person is ready. You won't do it. You just won't, and you'll find yourself drained. And then you'll also take that, and what you'll do is you'll take that image of a relationship and you'll put it on every other bloke that you come across, and you'll create it. And if you don't come across it and create it, you'll attract it, because that's what you perceive, your relationships to be. That's what you want in a relationship. If that's something that you claim you want, then I'm going to say to you, my dear, you need to heal yourself, because you're not looking to fix another. You're looking for another to fix you. Just to be real, man. Just being real. When we're constantly looking to fix another, we're diverting attention. So, being real, this, people are only going to fix themselves and change themselves and elevate and move if you take the steps and do the action. If you repeat the same shit you do every single day, the same thoughts, the same actions, then you're going to get the same outcomes. It's that simple. But there's so many people, there's myself, and so many wonderful, awesome, beautiful, sexy, attractive, magical people out there now who are talking all this stuff, who have got diets, who have got plans, who've got this, that, and the other. There's just, everything's there for us to be able. It's just ignorance if we don't take this time now to improve ourselves. Quite simply. You either join or you get left behind, and you'll know and you'll feel that you're getting left behind. And gents, that's what's happening with you guys. You're getting, in a sense, because the alpha male is a shadowed version of the masculine, because the feminine's here, it's kind of getting well left behind, because it's not even divine masculine. And that's why men are kind of feeling way, way, way behind, and it's time for men to come up and say, I am a masculine and I am feminine. I'm allowed to express my sensuality, my sexuality, my expression, and if you don't like it, fine. You don't have to resonate with it, right? Gents, that's where we're at. Let's remove, as we start to do this, the desperateness to express ourselves sexually will fade. That will fade as we work together, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, you stop being so harsh when men's expressing themselves because you're coming from a traumatized version of the masculine. And gents, don't be so possessive and controlling and manipulative in your tact with what you're trying to do, in your intention, because a lot of men, you do this because you don't wish to be seen in your true light because you're insecure. So you play a part and you try and manipulate and dominate others. But it comes back to you. So just be wise about that, right? Just be wise. It comes back. Be honest, true, real. Higher evolution through awareness and love. That's what real is. Be real. Ali's not on this call, but I want to thank Ali for coming up with my slogan. I'm struggling to kind of think of it. So I feel we're kind of coming to the end of this video. I don't even know how long I've been on it. Now we drink water. Oh, I'm dribbling down myself. Oh, it's getting raunchy. Okay. No problem. Guys, you know, if you resonate with this, share it with people. Let people know. Let them, tell them about me. Tell them about my book. Let everybody know. I want to give this to everybody. This is what I'm here to do. This is my purpose. I mean, check this card I pulled today. Just to clarify. So I got that right. And I do want to say, guys, I am currently trialing a new nutritional plan, which is more in alignment with aligning of the soul. And in this trying of this new thing, I pulled this. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, tell them, get people involved. You know, if you have any experiences I've spoken about here, ladies, you know, try using a different method. Gents, listen, tune into yourself. As we do this whole desperation, chasing, just pictures and lack of expression, insecurity will all fade. This is what it's all about. This is why I'm talking what I'm talking about. This shit which nobody likes to talk about because, you know, they're too scared to. But we need to, because we've kept it in the shadow for too long. I'm going to have to kind of roll back a little bit here because I'm just getting in the sun. So, yeah. We're working through karma, guys. Karma, not just in this lifetime, but we are working through thousands. In this one lifetime, we are working through thousands. I've spoken about this before. Golden age. A golden age gives us the opportunity to leap through millions of, like not millions, a bit of an exaggeration, but thousands upon thousands of lifetimes. In one lifetime, you are healing so much. A lot of it down here. A lot of it is down here, because this is more to do with your connectivity, throat, expression. So if you've got any issues with the throat, then ask yourself, are you saying what you need to say? Are you expressing what you need to express? Because we're going to be moving this up. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more videos on sexuality, expression. We'll see. We'll just see how it all flows. I'm not going to make any expectations. I may do, I may not. I may do a striptease, I may not. Probably not. But yeah, we're just going to flow with it. So yeah, as I normally do. So just going to put this tune on whilst I shuffle these cards, and we'll do a collective reading together, and we'll see what comes out. Right, was you enjoying that? Great tune. Let's do this. Mother Mary sends us all her love, by the way. Thank you. She's just asking if you could all just take a moment to just breathe into your heart. You'll feel her energy. Feels like a bit of a warmth. I kind of got a bit of like a goosebumpy feeling just down my left side. So yeah, if you just want to take a moment, if you want to join in, you don't have to. Just close your eyes a second. Mother Mary's with you, and just saying, breathe into the heart, because that's where we're moving to. We just want to move that energy up, but just breathe into the heart. That's beautiful. Beautiful energy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'll take that as... We'll put that aside. Right. Thank you, angels and guides. Blessed be all those that join us in this moment. May these two cards that we draw, be in highest wisdom and alignment with everybody, the collective, on earth and in the cosmos, for the entire good of everybody involved. May we get the purest and loving message for each and all. So it is. Let me take that out. Move this. Right, we've got 3. It's not going to be too intensive, guys. Let me roll back a bit so you can actually see me. It's not going to be too intensive. I do readings, £50 an hour. They normally go over, but can't put a time limit on Spirit, right? Are we ready? Let me just adjust myself and retune in. Right, so the whole point of this call, expression. Now we're being asked. Can you see that? Priorities, guys. Priorities. Got a Merkaba as well. Do you know what the Merkaba is? Your aura. Priorities. Now you're being asked to prioritize what matters in your life. I said this right at the beginning of this video. Everything's slowing down. You're being asked to prioritize what matters. We've already been asked this with the pandemic. That's what he was asking us, what matters. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to stop to see it until we was forced to. And even that in itself is crazy. We couldn't even we couldn't even introspect without being forced to. That's how much we run away from ourselves. So just be aware of that. Priorities, get straight. What you wish to create. If you don't want to create any more shit, don't put those seeds out there. How do you create? You get a vision, you write it down, and you stick with it. And you stay with it. That's it. You know? Collectively, guys, Almora, work with Almora all the time, works with my energies when I work with Archangel Michael. Almora is good to clean your energy. I do this every morning and every evening. You know, if ever you feel like somebody's drained you, if ever you feel like somebody's attached themselves to you, remember, nobody can come into your energy without permission. This is not just sexually or expressionally. This is energetically, spirit or physical, right? You've got to give it permission. This is why in all the horror films, if you notice, the main theme is breaking down the person until they give permission. The shit doesn't happen until there's always the invite sent and the door opened. So you've got to give permission. If you don't give permission, then it can't happen to you. But if you find yourself in that scenario, however you wish to express the word, the label, Almoya, will help to clear that energy off. And you can go to the bathroom. I mean, Kyle Gray has got a great book. I haven't got it in front of me. Kyle Gray, amazing, beautiful soul, strongly in his feminine, got a lot of masculine in there. It was beautiful actually, because I've not seen Kyle kind of show a bit of fire. And on one of his calls, somebody, like, people were going on about politics or something, and I saw some fire come through, and it was like fucking beautiful, man. Like, he is a gay man and stuff, so like, you know, to see him really predominantly in his feminine, you know, didn't really strike me or anything. But when you saw that masculine fire come up, I thought that was really beautiful. So Kyle Gray's great. I believe Kyle Gray was Doreen Virtue's protege, without him really knowing. As well as, you know, Gabrielle Bernstein and all those wonderful people. There's so many stuff out there about angels and stuff. Don't think it's just because religion have labelled them, placed them onto religion, and that's what it's about. They've been around before religion. Yes, it's difficult because you can't see them all the time. I have this issue at times, but work with it. And, it, you know, they'll show their presence to you one way or another. And as we prioritise and clean ourselves, where are we going? We are going to a flow of prosperity. Flow of prosperity. So how do we get there? Prioritise where you're at, what's going on. Are you happy with everything? You know. If you're not, clean it away. Spring, you know. I think we're still in spring, aren't we? So spring, clean it. Get it away. Plant those fresh seeds. Get all that shit out of the way. And welcome in that flow of prosperity. Guys, I feel that we've come to the end. So, yeah, let's finish this song and then I'll say my goodbyes. So let's finish it. How do you move out of negative thoughts? Count your blessings. Be grateful for what you've got, who you are, where you're at, what you've experienced. You know, we've all had perceptions of regret. We've all done things we're not happy with, and if we could go back, we'd change. But you've grew from it, you know. You've grew from it, so there's no need for any regrets. We learned. No regrets. We've all grew. We grow through our lessons, right? We grow. See, M's talking about the system here. Yeah, they're telling us. I'm screaming at him with Dobie. Grats and I'm hokey. I'm ripping out of my clothing. I had to go see the doc like Kumogi. Never took much to get been straight. Never been swayed by color or skin shades. Since day one, hell raised. Alright, guys. You get the point. You know, lessons are blessings. Definitely. No regrets. You know, we've all done stuff we're not happy with. Now's the time to let it go. We've understood that from it comes lessons. Now it's time to let it go, you know. Right, guys. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy and your input, and I'll get back to your comments and stuff shortly. Share this video if you wanted to buy my book. It's on Amazon. If you're wanting an ebook, you can get that on Amazon as well. You can get it on the sun's like starting to come into my face now. You can get it on Lulu, Amazon, Kindle, I think, and you can get it on Nook, Barnes & Noble, Nook. You know, keep doing what you're doing. Ladies, it's fucking beautiful to see you embracing that femininity and aligning with your masculinity, and it's beautiful to see equal expression merging in now, you know, with playfulness, love and positive intention rather than in negative. And gents, you know, I've seen a few pictures and posts and stuff where, you know, you're showing that you're happy to step into that aspect of the feminine now, and I think it's fucking beautiful, you know. So the world's changing, we got to evolve with it. Don't keep doing this, you know. You want to change, don't keep doing the same shit. You want to grow, you want to become something bigger, be something more, then you got to think bigger and see more. Blessings to you all. One love.